Hey Trisha, hey rest of the Naked Army and people that watch these videos. Affecting change is an interesting topic, especially because I was actually hoping you were going to talk about the Black Lives Matter movement, like specifically the details of it, but maybe you can cover that in a different video at another time. Change is slow. Change is a period of time for things to happen to get the establishment to do something different. It is not necessarily violent. It is usually peaceful protests, march, different things, different little subtle actions that add up to a greater effect over time. A revolution is usually violent and quick and fast, and the best way to affect any type of change is first you have to decide how fast you want the change to happen. Now, ideally, yes, in our world and our culture, we want everything now, we want it immediately. But for different changes and for different effects to happen, we got to ask ourselves, is it worth the cost? Is it worth the price? Usually, when change comes in the form of a revolution, there's fighting and civil unrest and wars and people dying and sacrificing. Whereas where we want a fast change, but we don't want to pay the cost of a revolution, we usually draw it out more. There's the peaceful protests, there's the peaceful marching, there's the sit-ins, there's the rallies, there's more of a nuisance to the system to bring attention to it and hope that over time people will eventually catch on to what you're trying to say, what you want to change. In seminary, we were talking about the state of my denomination and how do we get that to change. And the teacher looked at us and said, you know, Moses had to wander around for 40 years for the current generation to die before any real change could happen. And sometimes that's the type of change that needs to take place. You just have to wait for new leadership, for new people to arise, for new ideas to infect the current system and hopefully push it towards the better. That's pretty much all I have to say about change. It's a really short, really simple topic. I'll probably preach about it this weekend. The one thing I can always appreciate is, besides big airplanes flying overhead, wow. The one thing I always appreciate about these videos and these topics is it usually gives me a pretty good idea about what I'll be writing about and preaching about on the weekends. So this change is always a good one. And what type of change do we want, and what type of change do we need? I hope you have a good week. I hope everybody has a good week, and I'll see you later.